The English word nonplussed is an example of the perils of the thesaurus. When too many writers search for a $10 word when a $1 word will do, we end up with a lot of ambiguous uses. Nonplussed has a confusing prefix, non, meaning not, but there is no corresponding adjective in English, plus. We don't use plus as an adjective. We are frequently nonplussed, but we are never plussed. So here is the meaning of the word nonplussed. Nonplussed means to be so surprised or confused that we do not know how to react, what to think, or what to say. To be perplexed, to be bewildered, confounded, at a loss for words. However, in American English, for decades now, people have been more and more using the word nonplussed to mean almost the opposite: unimpressed, unfazed, uninterested. This is quite a different meaning, but it probably arose because we assume the prefix non to indicate a negative meaning. Also, too many writers use the word in an ambiguous way without enough context. Imagine, Mary sat there quietly, completely nonplussed. What would you think nonplussed means given this example? Could you be blamed for thinking Mary was not interested or not impressed, that she was unfazed? The word is used so often with this different meaning that it is listed in some dictionaries, but it is not considered a part of standard English. If you are nonplussed by this revelation, well, you don't need to use it, and to be honest, I'd advise you to avoid it. But at least you now understand what it might mean when you come across it. Before we move on, note that the meaning of a word can change over time. A word like nonplussed can have two different meanings, and these meanings may even conflict. However, it is almost always unclear what this word means, even when it is used with the original definition. There are simply much better ways to express the intent of this word in language that is not obscure or confusing. Let's look at another example using the correct meaning. The doctors were completely nonplussed when they found out the man had fallen from 80 feet but only suffered a few bruises. I think we can do better. The doctors were at a loss to explain how the man had fallen from 80 feet but only suffered a few bruises. Or how about, the doctors were bewildered when they found out the man had fallen from 80 feet but only suffered a few bruises. So as you can see, there are many other ways you could say this, and most of them will work better than using the word nonplussed. And this should serve as a lesson whether you are learning to speak English or you are a native speaker working on your writing, or both. Searching for fancy words when there are more common and suitable words to use does not improve your speaking or your writing. Instead, it may serve to obscure it and make you sound less fluent and, frankly, less intelligent.